Hey guys, Tyler TK here, and today I'll be suggesting a new beginner mode for Tekken 7 and subsequent games to come after it. Now, if you haven't seen my recommendation for a seasonal mode, go ahead and check out the link at the top right. Otherwise, let's go ahead and jump right in. One of the complaints of Tekken Tag 2 was that there was just too many characters to learn. With a roster size of 60 characters, it would take forever to learn them all. But that's a little disingenuous, as many characters were clones of one another, with just a few differences in between. Then factoring in that Combat is not playable in ranked mode brings the actual roster size down to 46 unique characters. One major expansion pack, 4 seasons, and nearly 6 years later, Tekken 7 has ballooned to 51 characters, of which 50 are completely unique to one another. Of course, that's not factoring in that you have to learn 2 characters, but also at the same time, Tekken 7 has 3 different 2D characters who can fundamentally break the game. So how do we simplify it for beginners? Easy. We start at square one, with a reduced cast of 8 core characters, and build our way up from there. We'll also go ahead and target a certain archetype of 1 Mishima, 1 grappler, 1 big character, 2 tricky characters, and a mix of technical and simple to use characters. Once the beginner has promoted out of the Pee-wee leagues, we're going to go ahead and double the cast by adding Tekken 2 and Tekken 3 characters. Keep in mind, we're still building on our archetype of 1 Mishima, 1 grappler, 1 big, 2 tricky, and the rest being technical and easy to use. Every additional tier, we increase the cast size, thereby adding complexity, letting the beginner get better, slowly, at their own pace. This pattern continues until the very end, where we have nearly every single character in the game ready to go, and now it's sink or swim. But what good is a beginner mode if no one plays it? So what we're going to do is build the beginner mode on the current rank system and have it act as an invisible filter that only applies to certain ranks. What that means is for the Tekken 1 tier, it can only be exclusively used from 1st Dan to 3rd Dan. Promoting into teal ranks will then unlock Tekken 2, Tekken 3, as well as Tekken 1 characters. This pattern continues up to Genbu, where the entire game therefore becomes unlocked. Let's go ahead and say that you're a PAL player at Mentor rank and want to stay on Expert mode. For you, the game won't change much, but you'll definitely notice an increase in Tekken 1 to Tekken 3 characters. Your friend, on the other hand, plays Law and also plays on beginner mode. He'll have a very similar experience to you, except he won't actually play against Tekken 4 and Tekken 5 characters until reaching Brawler rank. But ultimately, that's the point. For one player, it's completely transparent, nothing changes for them. For the other player playing a beginner mode, it would be a much better experience as they fight against a much smaller cast size. In a perfect world, with a huge population of players, we wouldn't have to dip into normal ranked mode. But since we're forced to dip, if beginner mode becomes too popular, it may cause issues for players playing in the expert mode instead. Or if you demote a tier, but really want to play a character who's in the next tier, exactly what will happen? It might be beneficial to make the lower Dan tier the stringent requirements, but the upper ones less so. Of course, these issues are just temporary, and nothing that can't be resolved with a little bit of brainstorming.